The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everybody. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to the webinar. Thank you for joining us. My name is Dorothea and I will be your host for this next hour. And I work as the Nordic Marketing Coordinator for Sitecore Nordic. Before I leave the word to Rasmus, I will just mention a couple of practical information. You are all muted during the presentation, so if you have any question, please feel free to use the chat function to come with comments or questions. If it's possible, you can maybe Rasmus will be able to answer the question during the presentation, or else we'll answer the questions at the end of the presentation. After this webinar, you will of course all be sent the records and the slides by mail. So let me present Rasmus. Rasmus is our Senior Business Optimization Consultant at Sitecore and is working with this quick wins approach with customers and partners to improve business based on Sitecore. So Rasmus, if you're ready, I'll leave the screen to you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, and welcome to the webinar about quick wins presented by me, who is a Senior Business Optimization Consultant at Sitecore. The business optimization services in Sitecore, if you don't know them already, is working with our implementation partners and our customers on gathering best practices on using the digital marketing system in Sitecore, and that of course to ensure or help you who have bought Sitecore and the partners who is going to explain how to get business value out of this, all the best experiences that we gather from all over the world, helping our customers leveraging the possibilities that is in this digital marketing system. So today I'm going to present you to a framework that we have developed during the last few years here and has worked with a lot of customers on, that is really aimed at getting you who has invested in this platform up and running as fast as possible, looking at the low-hanging fruits in your business, and to get into actually using the functionalities in our platform that is not connected to traditional content management. We often see when we meet our customers that this website project has been implemented and Sitecore has been taken into use, but all the functionalities around digital marketing has not been fully implemented yet, and the organizations we're working with are struggling a little bit with where to start. So actually this quick wins process and the framework around it is aimed at helping you getting a very basic start on using the experiences, and then being able to implement that in a broader scale along the way when you get even more experience in using the tools. We really much emphasize that a phased approach to using these features in the marketing platform is the best way to start. Simply not trying to do it all at once, but doing a lot of iterations and learning along the way and being more and more advanced in the approach to digital marketing and the use of the features in the Sitecore platform in this area. So today I want to start by telling you a few short stories about experiences that we have had speaking to our customers and partners on actually what is frustrating for a lot of businesses out there in the process of implementing digital marketing in their organization and getting business value out of it. One of the statements that we often hear from the organization is one like this: how can I show my executive team and my marketing colleagues that Sitecore is more than a CMS? In the digital marketing department, there can be a very deep understanding of what the value is of doing digital marketing and using the tools in the platform, but the lack of resources and maybe the lack of focus in the organization on where to start and what to what it demands from the organization to really lift this up can be a hard thing to get through with, and therefore this quick wins approach is also aimed at convincing the organization and proving that the digital marketing tools has great business value and really supports the overall business goals that the organization might have. Another statement could be that that the IT organization that needs to support this has recognized that they need to move up and do something about it, but marketing has been slow to respond. It's often organizations where it has been the IT side of the business who has been the driving force in implementing the platform, and they can experience a hard time convincing the marketeers in the organization how to use the system they have invested in. So they are standing with a challenge to actually show the people who is really going to use this in their daily work that is relatively easy to use it, and that and how much business value there will be in starting doing personalization and for instance testing in the marketing efforts that is done in the marketing department. And that's often in organizations where more traditional marketing has been the turning point, and where the focus is still on a more traditional view of campaigning and which tools that supports the marketing efforts around the product or organization they are working with. Another thing could be that an organization has started using very simple personalization tools, for instance a GUIP lookup to make the language settings in the right way on the website, so that people arriving from Germany is showing has been shown the German language section of the website and so forth. But to be more advanced in their approach and really lifting it up to be a more engaging experience than just looking after the geography of the visitor. They really want to have an approach that is phased and that is planned, so they can see what is lying ahead of them. Another statement that we see is that they have really listened to, well, also a lot of buzz around digital marketing and the customer experience way of doing this with Sitecore, and has really seen the vision of doing a very personalized experience on the website. But it seems like a very, a very big task to really know where to start and and identify which parts of the system that is the right ones for the challenges that this business is faced with, and thereby they try to start in many corners and from many angles in the organization, and it tends to fail because it's not really documented, and they don't have a thesis that they really want to make like the optimization for. You really need a theme or a goal to aim at to really do good optimization projects, and you have to have a thesis to test for if you want to test different angles on your campaigning against each other to see what is really working in this particular case. So what we often do is to make what we call a maturity assessment of the organization to identify where these organizations is placed in what we call the digital maturity model. And the maturity model is one that we really use in much of our communication to emphasize that this is a journey for most organizations. You have to start and learn to crawl, and then maybe fast, building on top of the learnings you get along the way. But you can get really much business value out of just making very simple alterations to your website and doing very simple campaigning using the digital optimization and experience tools in Sitecore. More than 85% of the organizations that we have who has self-assessed on our website, or where Esbos has been in and done a more thorough investigation in where they are placed in the maturity model, we tend to see that more than 85% of them are placed in the first two phases of the maturity model, and it tells us a little bit about that there's very few organizations across all kind of businesses that is really mature and is very advanced in doing digital marketing. So we really had or needed a framework to get people started in a very simple way, and proving how much you can get out of using the digital optimizations tools. So what I'm trying to answer in this session is actually this. What can you do if you're a marketer using Sitecore and you really need to produce return on investments as quickly as you can? And I hope that this is the answer on this question is what you will have with you when we finish this session off today. So the approach in the quick wins is really to look at and identifying which stakeholders are involved in the process, to build a business case that is documented and prove return on investment in the efforts or the campaigning that we optimize for in this process. It's a proven process. This is a few examples of organizations that we have worked with, or where one of the organizations has gotten their investment returned in less than 2 weeks, and that's both the internal time, the time for or the money spent on an agency making content for the campaign, and also the hours they paid Esbos from Sitecore and helping him setting this up. Another customer had a uplift in at 30% in conversions across the site, doing in less than 2 months and with very little effort. And another organization has seen a 50% sales uplift also by using this approach and taking very simple tools into considerations in a very focused area of their website, optimizing one visitor journey or one sales flow or one campaign that has been the focus of the quick wins approach. So, what is the quick wins approach then? As I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's really all about making small steps before a bigger step. And what is very important here is that even very small implementations and very simple use of the digital marketing tools, for instance, personalization on the front page or testing of pictures or call to actions on a specific web page can really drive amazing results that many organizations and conversion rates that many organizations usually don't see making their campaigns as they usually do. The quick wins is really a scaled down process that is designed to also set the organization's mindset on being data driven in their approach to developing campaigns and doing their digital marketing efforts. So the plan that you see here in the bottom is really about an approach where you make a plan, you identify a specific topic or a specific area on your website that you want to optimize, and you make the metrics. You start measuring what the baseline is today, and then you have a benchmark that you can use to prove in the end of this process how much gain you got out of really doing optimization of this specific area of the website or this specific campaign. Then you start to optimize. You implement the optimizations. You use a few of the tools that you decide on in the process, and with the help of your partner or a Sitecore consultant, you get hands-on insights in how to set up the tools in Sitecore and what to look for in the analytics, and then you start to measure the effect of the optimization that you have been implementing. And when you have the result after, that could be some organizations, that could be 2 weeks if there's a lot of traffic on the website, or it could be a few months if it's a lesser trafficked website. It's something that you really plan for and discuss in the pre-meetings. You as the experts of your specific business probably knows how much effort it takes to get some results and how much traffic that needs to be involved in measuring a return on investment in a specific case. And what you end up with is really a business case that documents how much effort you've put into it, which tools that has been the right ones for your organization, how much time and people that needs to be involved in the specific organization to get these results, and then you really have a measurement that says if you use or a benchmark that says that if you use digital optimization tools, then you get these results, and often it's possible to expand that calculation to a broader part of the website or campaign that is done in the organization, and by that really documenting and supporting the arguments of how much effort or what kind of skills is needed in the organization or from a skilled partner to really make these great results in your organization. And by that, it's much easier to go to the executive team and says, if we invest in this, if we use more of our time or allocate more of our time and efforts to doing optimization of our website instead of just driving traffic into the website and buying traffic from maybe PPC campaigns and such, we can really get great results, and it's not just a business case that some consultant is coming and presenting that is not really aimed at this specific business. This is your organization, it's your business, it's a concrete example from your daily campaigning or work with marketing that is very convincing, and really we often see that this really gets the attention of the executives in the organization that needs to support such a process to make it a success. What is really important to emphasize here is that to grease the tracks, as you could put it, it's really important to narrow the focus, not trying to do personalization and testing all over the website. The Quick Wins process is really about focusing on a single area of content or a single user journey on the website and prove the business case here, and not just starting with a little bit of optimization maybe on the landing page, but really trying to make the whole user journey until the need or the conversion point that you aim for has been done, and trying to optimize the entire user journey instead of just a single point on the website, and doing that a lot of places on the website. And then also tailor the approach so it gets into context with the business that you work in. And the last thing is that, of course, you also need to be DMS ready, and that's a prerequisite really to start this process up, is to together with your partner or your IT department to look at the website and the specific pages involved in this particular user journey you have decided for, and getting a technical insight in, is these templates on the website, is these tools enabled, are we ready to really starting using it. Of course, that's a prerequisite before you can start this process up. So the approach out of the box we see it is to really do a process where you identify the top goal of your website and do one personalization or one banner or one test that supports the conversion for this top goal, and then to make the benchmark and start to measure it so you can document it with data and numbers instead of just your gut feeling, and then really use at the end of this process these learnings to make and these data to decide on a roadmap on where on the website to extend these learnings, and together with your partner or your development department to make a roadmap that is supported by the business case you have made with the Quick Wins approach here, and then use this to move out the maturity model and the steps you saw in an earlier slide here. This entire process we have in SBOSS, we have put that down to into a ebook that you can download afterwards. In the end of the presentation, I will give the link to that, and there's some very easy templates in this ebook that you can start looking at, and that also describes or makes you some questions that I'll go through here afterwards to ask in your organization and around your website or the campaign you do to identify the right place to start doing the quick wins approach. So to prepare for the quick wins in general, the following is typically needed. You need to have the DMS configured and tested, and you have to test that actually that the data is actually collected. We have a very fine checklist that you can get from us also doing this project to see what you need to make sure is functioning on your implementation. You have to make sure that the sub layouts and the components on the different pages that is involved in the process is implemented in the right way, and that they support doing personalization testing with Sitecore. Often we see that website has been built with a, what you would call it, a one-page template, where there's not used Sitecore best practices in having a component-based template where it is possible to do testing and personalization of specific objects in the design. So this is something that you need to check up upon before you can start the process really. And then, of course, you need to look into if you have or which resources in the organization that is going to be who is going to do the work, and who's going to have this hands-on experience together with the partner or the Sitecore consultant in developing both content and implementing the testing and setting it up, and also it is also very important, of course, that to use the Sitecore analytics tools that you has done the work of identifying goals on your website and putting some value to that. We will also go through how to establish this metric or the goals that will really document what you get out of doing personalization and provide you with the data that supports your business case. All right, let's start at taking this quick win plan and look at the different steps that you go through. The first one is establishing this metric or the goals on the website, which is very important. This is a process that you can do yourself, or you can have Sitecore or your partner helping you identifying which parts of the website, which conversions, which call to actions that has value for your organizations on your website. And what we usually do when we establish this is to look at something like this, what we call sorry, that we oh, sorry, there was some high noises in my headset here. This is a value scale, and the very important thing about this is not to put a value to a specific conversion point that is in numbers like or monetary value. It's the important thing to understand about the value scale is that the important thing is the difference between a conversion point that is worth 100 points and a call to action or a thing done on the website that is less worth for the organization. So you need in the Sitecore system to assign goals to the interactions you want to optimize to be able to measure the effect. And I have a few examples here of how an engagement value scale could look in different kinds of organizations, because this is not, this will never be a standard this would never be a standard to any organization. It's something that you need to identify, and this will often be a workshop done together with your partner with Sitecore, where you discuss explicitly what conversion points on the website that brings value to your overall business goals. And this would be an example for a B2C organization where a page where the visitor has used and has viewed terms and conditions has not much value, but you really want to document that they have been through that page on their usage or their journey towards a more important goal. And of course, a request for a call or an insurance quote would be worth a lot for the organization and will be the main conversion goal for instance, an insurance website that we will look a little bit more into later in this presentation. We also have a white paper supporting or telling you a little bit more about how to identify these goals. That's also something that can be downloaded from our partner website. If you're a partner, you can get it from Sitecore if you talk to one of our consultants in here. Another example from a B2B website where the most important thing could be for the visitor to schedule a demonstration, and the sign up for a newsletter is of lesser value. So this is also an example of how to make the different levels of value in a specific organization. And this is just examples that will probably differ in your organization, but it's a very important task and a very important exercise for you to really decide upon what makes value and what to, and then or to get a conversion point or a valuable goal that you want to optimize for. Because if you haven't decided specifically what has value for you on your website, you will have a very hard time doing precise and meaningful optimization implementation with the tools that you get with Sitecore. So this is really a requisite or prerequisite for doing a very good and optimized user journey, that you really has decided what is valuable and what kind of user journey do you want to push your visitors towards. This is another example from retail, for instance, with another set of conversion points and touch points on the website. There could also be a non-profit organization which we also work with, where a donation could be the thing with the highest value, or a membership sign-up would also be important for this organization. Healthcare, that could be a public website or something like that, where you can also really document what is the most important things to do on this website. And in this instance, it could be to make a selection of your personal doctor. And what we see a lot these days is also government websites that is really struggling with the high goals for to push people towards self-service, and this is of course an example of what kind of conversion points in the website that you could aim for in a government type website. We have a lot of examples of this and are doing exercises, but the really important thing is to really identify and decide on your own most important touch points in the digital journeys that your visitors encounter. And this is an example from the ebook on a worksheet where you can fill in and take the discussion internally in your organization or together with a consultant and decide upon what is really the most important goal. So these kind of questions that you see in this template is some of the things that the ebook supports you with in looking into a quick win approach like this. And it's a very good starting point also before you maybe are working together with a consulting agency or with Sitecore on doing this exercise. So one of the things that we do together with you as a partner is also, or as a customer, is really to hands-on help you configure the goals in the system and deploy these goals and making sure that it has been implemented and done right, so that your marketing evaluation and the metrics you get out of it will be showing you the right things. And this is an important thing that it is also our aim to train you, so the next time you have to do this in your organization, or when you are going to deploy this on a broader scale in your organization or educate others in the organization using these tools, then you'll be able to do that yourself, so you'll be self-sufficient in doing this in your daily work. It doesn't make sense if you need help doing this all the time, and it's really a very central point for Sitecore to making this as simple as possible for you to do on an everyday basis, because it's really when you make it a central part of your daily work and work with content and campaigning that the highest value and return on investment is seen when we work with the organizations. The ones who's only doing this occasionally is not gaining a lot of good ROI on what they put into this. But the ones who do it in a smaller scale but do it all the time and learn from it and gets better by getting insights and taking data-driven decisions along the way is much more successful, and we have very fine documentation showing that. So the next thing is that you can use this template. You probably have something similar in your own organization, but the important thing is to have this baseline established where you have a conversion rate that you can benchmark against when you have done your optimization efforts along the way. So now you really have to decide. You have made the baseline, you have looked into maybe existing data from Sitecore or from Google Analytics or another system that you have had on tracking your web efforts for a longer while. And now you have the baseline and start to optimize on the user journey you have decided upon. And what we really see is that there's all these, or this is a basic or central tools in the Sitecore digital marketing suite, but what we often see is that some of these tools are more advanced in or to use when you start up. So we really emphasize to or try to make you focus on their simple personalization possibilities here and the testing tools, because this is really where you get the very fast return on investment using this, and it's the most simple tools to implement and start using in your campaigning. maybe testing is one of my personal, or testing is one of my personal favorites, and one of the most overlooked tools in the box here, where we see really great conversion rates and raises of conversion rates when organizations start to test their content. And even though it can be a big effort, we can really see that the conversion rates we see when people starts doing this is something that will convince most organizations to really allocate some time and some people to this task and making it a standard thing to do when you make new content on your website. And why would you really start to do this personalization? This is also an argument of why to do this. What you can see in different surveys is that more than 82% of the consumers really like reading content when from a brand when it's relevant, and that's maybe it seems like a very obvious thing to say, but I think you all know when you look into different websites that you're often dissatisfied when you have been looking at content that is really more an important message from the organization instead of a user-centric or some organization that has really listened to what you were looking for. But it's also been documented, so that could be an argument you could leverage in your organization. And then also the consultancy report here that says that companies who are really implementing personalization are seeing an average and more often more than these 90%, but an average of 90% uplift in sales. And I don't think that many organizations with other efforts or other projects in their organization can sport uplift rates in this bigger scale. So it's really to emphasize that personalization and testing are providing your customers with relevant content and making sure that it's the right communication you make, and that is really good business value. So I will now try to actually show you an example of very simple personalization in one of our test sites here, and then go on to making some example or tips on which quick wins you should aim at or focus on when you do this kind of quick wins projects. So I'll just switch to a test site here that we are calling InsureCore. It's a make-believe company that we have put up here that it's an insurance company. As you can see here, there is a top banner with a message that the organization wants to grab your interest, and that is different product areas that has been put down here in some smaller banners, but it's not very focused. We don't know yet what this visitor is really coming here for, and the very big thing that of course this organization trying to do is to get people to ask for a quote on an insurance. If we take a user journey that maybe starts from, it could be Dorothea, who's out looking for a new insurance, and she has stumbled upon InsureCore on Facebook, and is looking through their messaging here, and she's looking into buying a new, car insurance, and is, as you can see, when we really don't know what her aim is, that this is a very general web page that is aiming at both property insurance and vehicle insurance and commercial insurance. But when we see that somebody comes and clicks on a campaign, for instance, on a social media or a banner ad, it's suddenly a focused communication that is being seen on this, and the hero banner has changed, and now it's aimed at what she really came there for, research on car insurance. And the smaller banners that you can see down here is also all something that would be interesting for a visitor that was in the market for car insurance, and that could also be background research or an article there. And this is a much more focused and relevant experience for the visitor here when we listen to the actions or where she came from, and are then making a very focused guess on why she's on this website, and make it much more likely that she will click on one of our messages here or ask for a quote and convert on what we or InsureCore finds as the most important conversion, and giving her 100 points in this user journey. But what can also happen is that when she's into this website and has clicked on this campaign, she comes back at a later point, and her behavior changes. The personalization we made here is very simple personalization that is something we really often use in these quick wins approaches, where we simply just listen to where did they come from, what area of interest do they click the first time they are on the front page, and then make very simple personalizations with a targeted message in, for instance, the hero banner up there, and just a little differentiation in the messaging on the conversion or call to action on the web page that is strictly aimed at what we think the visitor is coming here for. But if she goes into this website and has another behavior, then we start to look into what behavior she then sports on the website to make sure that she doesn't end up in like a customization bubble, where we keeps on pushing like car insurance messaging to her if her behavior is not really aimed at that. So if she turns over to being, or we really don't know, or she gives some information in her user journey about where she is in connection to maybe price, and then we know that she's a profile that maybe fits more the one who is very price conscious. For instance, when she clicks an article here about get the cheapest rates or something like that, and then sports a behavior on the website that is much more or that tells us that she is interested in price, or that is an important thing for her. And when she gets back to the front page, we have changed the messaging here, so it's more focused on a profile that is more price conscious or cautious in this instance. So by that we will probably see, or if she gets back to the website in a later point, that price is an important thing for her. So this is just an example of very simple personalization on the website that can make a huge difference in conversions by being more relevant to the visitor, and where the website or the organization doing this is listening to and adapting to the behavior of the visitor on the website. What you saw here was that we changed, for instance, the hero banner up here. We changed the messaging in the smaller banner here, and we changed a headline in the box where there was a call to action. This is well, really one of the things that I'll go a little more into here just to emphasize which areas that we often see is a success to work with when doing your first Quick Wins implementation. And we will also emphasize that there's no reason to take a very, like a small area of your website that you really don't know is of interest of your visitor. We can see that focusing on something that is already a success on the website actually is one of the best places to start when you would like to personalize. And therefore, our recommendation here is to really focus on making a winner a hero, doing it even better, and then focus on personalizing on the moment of decision. And that will say that is often, for instance, on a web form or some crucial conversion point, for instance, when you're going to put something in a basket or something like that, where it's really the moment of decision where you can make an impact by being relevant in that case. And the last thing is that simple ideas is often much easier to implement and to get solid results out of than trying really to do what could you call a very sophisticated or advanced, like messaging and personalization scenarios. Many people or many organizations has trouble documenting the real effect and which part of the personalization implementation that really made the difference. So before you know a little more about it and before you have documentation on what really works in the connection to your campaigning or your product, then start with the simple ideas and document those, and then get more and more advanced along the way when you know more about the details in how your visitors is reacting to personalization and different messaging. So a part of the process where there will also in the Quick Wins ebook be templates that is supporting this on identifying where and how to personalize. It's identifying, for instance, the impact page, the top goal of the journey. It's talking about intent, motivation, and message, what will support your product or your campaigning in the best way, so you can make the right messaging and examples that you can aim at different target groups, and then really trying to segment the users that you will try to target with your different personalization or test examples. In the Quick Wins ebook, there's different questions and templates that you can use to identify and prioritize these three really important things. And then, of course, this is it's just a few examples that is maybe obvious to you, but again, it's to make it simple to try to identify spots on your website that that it's easy to work with and that is having a big impact in our eyes to do these both testing and personalization efforts on. That could be entry pages that is very trafficked by the target segment that you aim at. This is also different spots that you can do different things with, and also making different combinations of personalization. And then maybe the most important thing is that around the moment of decision, or where you really have the conversion, most important conversion happen, there's also some very good spots or ways to do targeted communication that will support the visitor in doing the most preferred conversion on your website. So this is just examples. It can look different on your website, and it's depending on what kind of business you're in. So this is also the worksheets that you can see in the ebook, that where there's both some text that will explain or support your you filling in these spots, and it's a PDF where you can actually write in it and use it again and again for different small projects. And an important thing when besides doing personalization is also the testing thing, where it's really important to keep to separate what you're testing for from personalization optimization. So instead of testing on the specific personalization spot, you should find a text or a picture or something like that that you test A and B, and see the effect of that, because it can be a little cloudy if you start to test together with personalization, because then it's difficult to identify what really brought the effect that you see in your your documentation afterwards. So the central point is to have a hypothesis, and then there will also be some tools in Sitecore you can download to support and making an overview of the efforts you do. That is not standard, but it's something you can download in the App Store. So you get some SBOSS accelerators. So we have done some special modules for you that makes it easier for you to get the insights in what you are testing and personalize for here. So again, a template and an explanation in the ebook that will support you in identifying where and how to test. So now you have implemented some optimization on the website, and the last thing you need to do is really to prove the business case by looking into the analytics and getting the new numbers and compare them to the baseline that you started in template 1 to make, and thereby getting a really good insight in what the ROI has been, and how much uplift you have experienced by doing optimization in the quick wins process here. And this template and business case documentation is something you can use in your organization to document and make your argument on why to use the efforts in your organization here. So this is just an example of one of the tools. I talked about the personalization tracker, which is a module that Espos has made that you can download, and which gives you some insights in how their personalizations and testing you're doing is performing. It's not out of the box. It'll be in your version of Sitecore, but you can already use it now by downloading this on Marketplace. All right. So the quick wins recommendations here is really to get these presentations of the business case with the bottom line numbers. It's really important to make the stakeholders that is has something to say around your efforts and your marketing efforts in your organization in on this. And then the very important thing is that we can really see a big difference where organizations really involve a larger team and many types of stakeholders in doing this process, and also making them the winners of what you gain in doing this. The organizations that makes, you know, like the whole team shine in this process, where many has contributed, has a much better anchoring of the process and the gains from this process in the organization than the ones that has had an one-man army doing this project. So it's just amazing that the message is that if you can get as broad as a representation in your organization in on this project, which should be you should be able to when it's a small and focused project like the Quick Wins project, then you really get some understanding in the organization on the value of doing digital marketing personalization in your organization. So share the view, and then if you need support from Sitecore, we have, for instance, made this board game where some of the decisions that is in the ebook can be done in a smart and fun way in a workshop, where you use this board game to identify your most important digital goals and also the business case that supports it, and which tools in the Sitecore box that you would like to implement and that will support the overall business goal that you decide upon in your organization. And now where the time has almost gone, I'll also point your attention to this website that has just been released. It's called the connecttheexperience.com, where the Espos consultants have made a lot of articles supporting different views of this and learnings from us working with partners and organizations with implementing the digital marketing system. And there's also the possibility of buying this book that has just come out, where 3 of our senior optimization consultants has tried to really boil this down to some focused learnings on where to start and how to get the most out of doing digital marketing optimization. So look at connecttheexperience.com and get inspired there, and take contact with your Sitecore partner or give us a call, and we will help you getting this process up and running and giving you the right tools of getting started with the Sitecore digital marketing system. And as I promised you, here's also the link for the Quick Wins ebook that will guide you through some of the exercises I have talked about in this presentation. So that's actually it from my side this time. And Dorothea, is a short question or?
No, well, I will just say thank you for the presentation. I don't know if anybody has any questions. We still have a little bit of time. If, or else you can always write the questions to me, and yeah, we'll send all the links to you tomorrow, also with the slides and the record of this. So yeah, I will just leave it 2 minutes here on. If anyone has a question, you just can write it down on the questionnaire on your right side of the screen. Doesn't look like it. Abbreviation. Yes, I'll look through the slides and I'll then send it to you tomorrow within the mail, the abbreviation. Do you have any SBUS workshop for partners? It's asked.
Yes, of course we have. We really a very important thing of this is that we really like to educate our partners in doing this process themselves with the customers. So we have a aim process towards partners in delivering these kind of workshops. So that's something we can do for you.
Hope that answered the question. Does anybody else have questions? Feel free to write them. I don't think. I think we'll say thank you for today. And of course, if yeah. Oh, there's something that's coming here. Do you have any demos how to define a goal?
Not really, but I think that if you look through the Quick Wins ebook here, there's a pretty good explanation on how to identify a goal. And of course, if you haven't tried working with the Sitecore DMS system, you would also need maybe a partner to show you explicitly how to implement a goal in the system and put the value to a specific web page or action in the system, so that you can start measuring. But the very important thing is to make this engagement value scale beforehand, where you've decided what is really important for you. I had the templates that you saw there with different examples of values and value scales, and also a part of doing actually the board game I showed you here at last is also to identify different conversion points or important touch points on your website. And there's a lot of standards in the game, and also some blanks that you can fill out with something specifically for your organization. But it's a supported process that a partner or a Sitecore consultant can do with the organization to identify this. But I think you can get a pretty long way by following the recommendations in the Quick Wins ebook actually.
Yes. Any other questions? Well, if you have any questions later on, you feel free to write to me or Rasmus. But then we'll just say thank you for this hour and hope you enjoyed the presentation. Bye.